morning, everybody. Welcome back to my homestead. Today I thought I would show you a couple of things that I'm going to do. I have a whole bunch. This is only 1 gallon. I have another gallon, and I also have a gallon or half-gallon jar of cream sitting in my fridge and an extra pint of cream. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I need to make a fresh batch of buttermilk. Now, this is not the same buttermilk that comes after the process of making butter. This is cultured buttermilk. So I purchased a culture from Azure Standard. Came in a little packet, and I just started, actually I started this batch with it. This is my second one because I killed the first one. Whoops. So in order to go ahead and make a new batch, I need to take a 1/4 cup. This is maybe a little more than that, but I like to be generous. 1/4 cup of my previous buttermilk culture. And then I'm just gonna basically fill this jar the rest of the way with milk. Give it a nice good stir. With cheese making, you want to stir like from the bottom to the top. I'm certainly not an expert at all, but I have made a lot of cultured and fermented things at this point. Usually it's not the making it, it's the using it. We don't eat an enormous amount of dairy, but we do like raw milk. This is raw cow's milk, by the way. Okay, once you have your milk and your buttermilk all stirred together, put the lid on and secure it with a rubber band. Now this is going to stay, I'm gonna actually put it back in my pantry because my pantry stays pretty warm, and I'm gonna let it culture for 12 to 24 hours. And at that point, it should be this sort of jelly-like consistency, and that's how you know it's done. I am gonna save this starter here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but one of the reasons I wanted to make buttermilk was because you can make really good homemade buttermilk ranch, and my husband loves ranch dressing. Another reason is I am trying very hard to be able to make our own cheeses. I want to learn that a little bit more this year. I've experimented a lot with sour cream and yogurt, and you hear my kids humming in the background. Homemade yogurts and soft cheeses and things like that, but I would like to start dabbling in more hard cheeses and things. But in order to do that, you need to be really good at making your foundation, which is either a mesophilic or a thermophilic culture, and this buttermilk will serve for culturing some of my cheeses, and then our homemade yogurt will work for culturing the other cheeses. So there is that. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I actually would like to test out making 2 different types of sour cream. So I'll show you just a second here. Okay, so here, this is the buttermilk start. I'm just gonna put this in my cupboard. Now, I've been making our own homemade sour cream, so I have a little bit left of my starter here. I just used, I think it was Nancy's organic cultured sour cream to start this, but you can also start sour cream with your buttermilk, and it's pretty simple. Now, I had also made this jar of sour cream, but I opened the lid and it definitely is not good anymore. It has some kind of mold on the top. I thought that these lids would be really good. Whoa, that really stinks. Like I said, we don't eat an enormous amount of dairy, so for me to be able to keep it good in my fridge is a little bit more tricky. I do try to like cook with sour cream and yogurt and use it in those ways because I do feel like it's very beneficial. Not necessarily for everybody, but for certain members of my family it is. So anyway, unfortunately the chickens will get to eat that one. So I have, off that big gallon, I strained this beautiful pint of cream. The jar does look dirty, but it's just an old sticker that's almost off. It always takes forever. Oh look, it's gonna finish coming off. That's great, right? There, ta-da! Anyway, this is a very clean jar, especially on the inside. That's what counts, right? So I actually am just gonna take, usually you would do the same. You would do about a cup of this per quart, but I'm not making that much because obviously that's not working for our family. So we're just gonna stick with making small pints of it. So I think I have enough room. I'm just gonna put it in here. Now this, Nancy's is a little bit runny, as you can see. So I actually found another person who does this a little bit differently. So tonight, or maybe after I get this jar cultured, I want to try out this other gal's way. So all I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna leave this on my counter over, like till tonight or tomorrow morning. Now this is my buttermilk. You can, like I said, you can culture this with buttermilk as well as old sour cream, but I'm just gonna stir that up and I'm gonna leave this on my counter. I'm gonna stir it really slow because it's very full, but anyway, I'm gonna leave it on my counter till the kids go to bed, and then I'll check it, and if it's not done yet, I will check it in the morning. Now the other gal who does it, I don't remember her name right now. She does have a YouTube channel. When I find it, I will definitely link that in the description box or put it up on the screen. Her channel name, and she wraps her sour cream in towels and then places it in an oven that has been used, or even with the light on, just to keep it in a little bit warmer of an environment. And it looks like her sour cream ends up a lot thicker, and I would really like to have this be a little bit thicker. It's been just fine. I've used it in lots of recipes. We've been eating it and it's turned out to be just fine. Now I am gonna get a fresh clean lid to put on there. And like I said, I think for dairy, I'm actually gonna move away from these plastic lids. I feel like I cannot get them clean enough. Even if I pour boiling water on them, I feel like the metal is a better way to go. So I do also have a half gallon of cream and then also another pint of cream in my fridge. And I think my plan is to make butter with it. So I will probably take you along the process for making a little bit of butter. I'm feeling very tired today, so I don't know if I'll get to all of it today. But I will definitely show you the finished products from all that cream. All right, this is a half gallon of cream inside my daisy churn. I definitely don't like to fill it up more than that. This might even be too full, but we're gonna give it a shot today. And I'm gonna make butter out of that cream. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. It just has that paddle in there and you just spin the handle. My kids love doing it. I know you can make butter in like 10 or 15 minutes, but either that is only a pint of cream and you can make it that fast, or there's a trick I'm not sure about, because when I do it in here, it takes me about an hour. So yeah, if you have any ideas, I would love to know. Leave them in the comments for me. But I'm just going to show you guys the different stages. So basically what's going to happen here is it's going to get turned into whipped cream. And then after that, eventually it will separate, and then the pieces of fat in the milk will come together and they'll turn yellow, and it will separate into like curds and whey basically. And then I will strain out the buttermilk, and then I'll wash the butter and we'll have butter. So I'll show you that as I go.
Hey, make it fast. Mama is just going slow.
She's okay, Eli. So it's all together. See that? You can tell the color.
I just dropped one.
My son's learning how to make lunch in the background.
Oh my
Whoops! All right, you guys. Whew. It's like 2 hours. But I have 3/4 of a half gallon here of true buttermilk and I don't know, probably 2 pounds of butter. I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'm gonna clip in some footage of me making butter recently, but not from today. That way you guys can see more of the process. It took a really long time today, so anyway. So here I'm just finishing up spinning the butter in the daisy churn. And then I'm gonna pour out the buttermilk to separate it from the butter. Buttermilk. Once I've gathered all of the little pieces of butter, I am going to squeeze out all of the buttermilk that I can possibly get out. I have water, cold water already inside my bowl, and I'm just going to press it and wash it, and I'm going to do that multiple times until the water comes out clean or clear. You're going to want to wash your butter 2 to 3 times. After you've washed your butter, then you can go ahead and press out just the remaining buttermilk and the last bit of water and try to get your butter as dry as possible. Lastly, you can just shape your butter into either butter molds or a piece of plastic wrap or wax paper, and then you can place it in the refrigerator to cool. You could also put it in the freezer and it will last quite a while in the freezer. It's totally up to you on what you want to do. One ball of butter. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again real soon.